Well, Sarah, thank you very much for joining me today to talk about your experience with Touch Day. It's very much appreciated. I know you're probably very busy. So yeah, thank you for taking a bit of your time out. Hopefully it won't take too long. But yeah, I wondered if you could start by just telling me a little bit about you and your business, just to give us some understanding.
Yeah. So I bought my first rental property in October of 2020. And then I bought this house, this cute little 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom home in the town that I live, and I turned it into an Airbnb. I've only had it running or operating since April 1st of 2021. And with that being said, it's been an experience. One of the things that I obviously went to was I need a digital guidebook. I want something to offer my clients that come to this cute little Airbnb house that I have. Um, and be able to kind of be a little hands off. I've got a lot going on. I also have a full-time job as well. And this is kind of just like a little side thing that I've enjoyed doing. And anyway, I came across Touch Stay, and it's been awesome. I've been able to set up a digital guidebook. It took me a little bit of time, um, because as I was setting up the guidebook on Touch Stay, I was also trying to furnish this house and make sure that everything was up to code. And yeah, it was really fun designing it and getting it put together and everything. But it's definitely been a little bit of an adventure. I would say, to get the Touch Stay guidebook set up, it took me probably about 8 hours. And that was, like, I got a half an hour here, I've got 45 minutes here, maybe an hour or two here. But it was very, very easy to get set up, and I think it's beautiful. I have a lot of compliments from my clients that stay at the Airbnb. And I also did a small talk to a local group of realtors or people interested in real estate about Airbnbs, and I told them that I use this thing called Touch Stay to do a digital guidebook. And I had a couple of people go, "Oh my gosh, why did I not know about this? Like, if I would have known about this, then I would have had much better, like, happier clients staying with me, and I wouldn't have had to answer 5 bazillion questions." And I mean, yeah, it's been really, really great.
That's so cool. That's so cool. So you're kind of relatively new into the
Mhm.
vacation rental space. How
Yes.
how did you hear about Touch Stay in that case? How did it come onto your radar?
Yeah, so I really just kind of did some searching, and I obviously, like I've said, I posted the house that I have on Airbnb, and they offered this digital guidebook, and I thought, oh, that's cool, and I had no control over it,
Mhm.
and I really just wasn't very impressed with it. Um, and I came across Touch Stay, and I feel like the customer service that I've had has been awesome. Sorry, I can't remember his name offhand. I want to
Andy.
say Andrew,
Yeah,
Andy.
that's
Okay,
it. You got it.
but yeah, so I just I found the website and kind of started looking into it. And I'm like, this is cool. This is good. This is really, really going to be good. And so I contacted TouchStay, and I got an email right back from this guy named Andy. And I feel like, even though we're in different countries, even, he has been super helpful. And he's like, hey, I'm here. I'm your representative. If you have questions, come to me. And yeah, so it's been really cool. I pretty much just found it by just doing a Google search, and I'm happy that I did, and kind of lucky I found it. So especially, since I've had some other people that have tried to do similar things and didn't find Touch today, so I feel pretty lucky. So
Oh, that's lush. That's so good to hear. And yeah, like I think one of the things that we try really hard at Touch Day is we're a really small team and we're based all over the world and do different things, whatever. But I think one of the things that we really try to do is that really personal approach. And it's really nice to see that that has come across in your Touch Day journey as well. So I'm really
yeah,
pleased about that.
yeah.
Um, So you spoke about it taking around 8 hours to make your guide. So that was for one property. That just the one
Yeah.
property. Yeah. And how much time do you think it saved you in the long run? Like, what are the tangible benefits you see of that initial 8 hours of your time in terms of what you've seen back?
Mhm. So, like I said, I did a brief talk, and after speaking about that and really getting some feedback from some other people that have also attempted to do something similar, um, I mean, so I was lucky enough to get this set up, and I've been using it from the start. But it's also been nice because I can tweak it and it updates in real time. And so, you know, I don't know, that's been super handy. Like somebody will ask me a question, I'm like, oh, I should do that and change that in my guidebook. So, yeah, that's been really nice. I don't think I realized how much time it has actually really saved me until doing that little speaking or the little keynote thing for the local people interested in real estate, because that was when I got a lot of questions and a lot of feedback that they were like, I had people messaging me like every single day, several times a day, and I didn't have that. I mean, I literally have someone staying right now for a month, and she just basically messaged me and was like, "Hey, I'm leaving tomorrow. It's been awesome. It's been great." And I mean, it's been really hands off. So I couldn't give you an exact number of how many hours it has saved, but or days, but it has definitely saved some time, and it's awesome.
And I think that's what's really interesting about that as well, because you can't compare it to sort of like the life before it, because you started it with your business.
Hmm.
Um, I wonder how it could have been, like, 'cause obviously you said as well you have another full-time job. So
Hmm.
like I guess it's kind of allowed you, it sounds like, to be able to kind of grow that sort of like side hustle that you've got going on without
Yeah,
having to put
yeah.
all that time in and
Hmm.
effort that other people in the industry have seen.
Yeah, yeah, it's been really great. Another thing that I really like about Touch Stay is that I feel like I have complete control over it. If somebody has a question and I realize, oh, I don't even have that in there, like that's a good thing to include. Like I said, I can update it. Um, and yeah,
That's brilliant. Um, I wanted to ask you, what do you think has surprised you most about using such touch stay? I don't know whether surprised is the right word, or what's been the most sort of useful um, sort of thing that it has, or thing that it offers you.
yeah. So not only is it, that I have complete control over it, but another thing is that I can create a link by putting in the person's name that's going to stay, and I can put their check-in date and their checkout time or checkout date, and then allow them to only have access to that touch stay digital guidebook for their length of stay. And so that has been amazing because I mean, I actually have, let me see, I have a post-it note right here because I live off of post-it notes. But it says the day before check-in, send the guidebook and keypad code. Um, and so what's really nice is that I can put in that person's name and their check-in date, their checkout date, and then it makes a link for them, and I can just go back into the platform that I have the place posted on and just send them a message with their own personal link, and I know that they're not going to have access to it later. um and yeah, and I'm super proud of it, which is why I use those dates to for check in and check out, because I know I'm like stealing my ideas.
Yeah,
Um,
totally.
but it's all been done by TouchStay. I mean, it's definitely your guys' platform and how you've organized it, that it's so easy um, to get it set up and everything. So I think probably the best thing about it, or surprisingly easy concept of it, is that I have a link that I can share with my clients, and boom, done. You
And
know?
And for you, I guess that offers, it sounds like that offers some kind of like security in terms of like your data and your information being out there only to relevant people. And like,
Mhm.
it's kind of a security blanket for you because I
Yeah,
guess, yeah.
yeah, definitely. Because yeah, even though with having that link, it's not like the address of this place is just out there for everyone. You have to have a link and you have to be able to have access to it. And I don't give you access until your check-in date, and it's day before or 2 days before that you arrive. And so, yeah, it's helpful to keep security for myself and this house that I've gotten set up and put so much time and work and effort into. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of really good things about Touch Stay.
When you started your business then, so obviously like you're relatively new into it, but you seem really savvy, like from the get-go, you had a very clear idea about how you wanted to run things.
Mhm.
Did you have an idea and an expectation of what you wanted your guest experience to be like?
Well, I mean, I guess one, I come from a little bit of a tech background. And so I used to work at a local community college in the tech department. And so I'm a little bit maybe more tech savvy than most. And yeah, I really wanted this to be able to be pretty hands off. Um, just because my full-time job that I have now also deals with real estate. And so I mean, I could be 2 hours away one day or, on a trip going here or there. And so I really wanted it to be able to just put it out there, and make it so that I could do it completely online as well. So I don't know that when I started, if I had a completely like, this is how I want it done. I've also stayed in Airbnbs and VRBOs, and honestly, I don't think I've seen anyone use a digital guidebook, or at least not to this extent. Um, so yeah.
Okay, that's really interesting because I guess yeah, like so you approached it from a tech, from like a functionality point of view,
Mhm.
but the
Yes.
result I'm guessing from like feedback you've had from your guests so far and stuff is that it
Mhm.
enhances the guest experience for them as well. So it's kind of a two-way thing. Like it's helped you
Oh
run your
yeah.
business and also helps them, like your person who you've had staying there for a month. You're just hearing them
Mhm.
say goodbye now. They didn't need
Yeah.
anything
Okay,
from you.
bye. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, and I mean, they're able to contact me, and I'm not upset or bothered or anything if they do. But yeah, and actually, this is the second person that has stayed for a month now. And yeah, the last gal too. Again, I really didn't have any communication with her, and it's good and bad, I guess. If you're looking for somewhere to stay and you really want to, get to know your host or something, maybe, this isn't the right approach for you. But for me, it's been super awesome and just very convenient. And I think a lot of my guests have really found it very easy too, because I mean, they through Touch Stay, they get the directions to the place that they're staying. And then, and they get the code, and I have like pictures of the keypad code that I actually have on the door so that they know exactly what they're looking for, what to expect when they arrive. I was able to add in pictures of the inside of the house, the backyard. And so they completely know everything that they're getting into. Touch Stay also made it really nice because I could list like local things to do. I'm from a very small town, and there's maybe not a ton to do, but I could still list it. So but yeah, I mean, restaurants, bars, shopping centers, parks, trails, all that stuff. I thought it was really cool because I know that there's a thing in there from Touch Stay that pops up and it says, what to do if you arrive early. And there was a really cool suggestion I thought, and it was like, go get groceries, like get ready for your stay so that before you check in, you have everything ready to go so that you can enjoy your time here and do what you want to do. So there's really some very, very cool features from it too.
Yeah, that's really cool. One thing I found really interesting about what you're saying, just it ties in with our latest podcast episode that we just released yesterday.
Mhm.
And we were speaking to someone who's really like involved in the vacation rental industry and has been for a while, but he was sort of like a digital nomad before it was very cool, because has made it so cool now.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but he was talking quite a lot about like understanding your guest avatar, your guest profile. And
Mhm.
what you said about like maybe for some like guests, they want to get to know their host, they want to kind of really have that more like intimate experience and have that part of the holiday also add to their experience. But
Yeah,
actually quite a lot of people now, especially it sounds like people who are staying for like a month or whatever, are now doing this thing where they can go and work wherever they want. Maybe they want to
yeah.
go and stay in a little quaint town in the middle of nowhere and just kind of like
Mhm.
shut themselves in this nice, beautiful house that someone's just made and kind
Yeah.
of just do their own thing. And it
Mhm.
sounds like actually you're really meeting your guests' needs just
Yeah.
by that kind of being, the
Mhm.
type of guest that you seem to be having at the moment.
Yeah. I also I seem to be hosting a lot of like traveling nurses. Um Again, kind of the times, I guess, I mean, that's kind of a popular job right now. But yeah, but also a few of those nurses that have stayed with me work overnight. And so they definitely, they they're fine with me being kind of like, let me know if you need anything, but otherwise, yeah,
Yeah. No, I think
they
that's
work
really
over.
interesting. It sounds like, it's a total match in terms of like of what
Yeah,
your guests need and what you need.
yeah, yeah. And
Um, yeah, cool. And just one more question, just about your approach to branding and visuals and things like that. When you launched your business, did you have an idea of any kind of branding that you would have for yourself? And has TouchStay made that any easier? I know you said that you're really proud of your book. It's really beautiful and stuff. And
yeah,
I haven't seen it yet, but
yeah.
yeah, is that something that was important to you?
Yeah, very much so. So, like I said, I didn't really get into this until late 2020. And then I was able to list this home in April of 2021. Um, and yeah, so I have a close friend that is a graphic designer, and I said, hey, I'm going to do this thing. I'm kind of taking a risk here. I have no idea what I'm getting myself into, but I'm going to figure it out. And so I had her design me a logo, and it's very blues and whites. So what's interesting is that the little house that I have is blue and whites. And so, yeah, I was able to kind of use TouchStay also to reflect like those colors. With my digital guidebook, it is my logo that my friend made, that is actually like the profile picture, to represent that business side of things more as well, because I feel like it's more um, my business's profile and branding that I want to present more so than mine. Nobody cares who I am, so I'm okay with that.
I do. Right now, I'm really appreciative. Wicked. That's really cool, Sarah. Honestly,
Yeah.
that's so much love. Like, it's really nice to hear your story as well. And it's the first time that I think we've spoken to anyone that has had touch day from the start
Mhm.
and sort of, just been able to kind of let go because of that, and also sort of
Yeah.
have the ability to look and say, actually, yeah, that probably really helped me.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, I suppose anyone that didn't, started something similar to this without having touch stay right off the bat could probably give you oh man, it was a nightmare. I don't even know what I was doing. Yeah, because I've had it from the get go, I guess I'm a very detail oriented, and I try to be very prepared, which is funny because I took such a large risk by doing any of this. I'm not much of a risk taker, but yeah, touch stay has been great. And yeah, it's kind of funny that I don't really have any like, you know, terror stories or anything from life before touch stay, but I don't because I didn't do anything else. So yeah.